Hello, my name is Sharon Broude Geva. I'm currently working as an independent consultant after leaving the University of Michigan very recently. There I was the Director for Innovation and Computational Science in the Office of the Vice President for Research, and also led the Advanced Research Computing team, as well as helping manage the OVPR Consulting for Statistics, Computation, and Analytics Research Unit, which is home to the University of Michigan's equivalent to RSEs. I also serve on the WHPC Executive Board and am the director of the WHPC Chapters and Affiliates Program. WHPC, which stands for Women in High Performance Computing, was created with the vision to encourage women to participate in the HPC community by providing fellowship, education, and support to women, their allies, and the organizations that employ them. We don't really know exact percentages of women in HPC, but the anecdotal evidence from large industry conferences puts us at about 11% of total conference participants, which may be a lower number than in many other technology and science fields. Through collaboration and networking, WHPC strives to bring together women in HPC and technical computing while encouraging women to engage in outreach activities and improve the visibility of inspirational role models. WHPC is stewarded by EPCC at the University of Edinburgh in the United Kingdom, but has members and volunteers from across the globe. WHPC has 6 main areas of focus: communications, dissemination, research, visibility, networking, and sharing best practices. We try to combine all of these to fulfill our mission for each of our programs rather than focusing on just one area. We have a couple of main programs in WHPC: the Chapters and Affiliates program, which I will talk about in a minute, the mentoring program to allow women across the world to provide and receive mentorship in the HPC space. I'll talk about that a bit. And the fellowships program to provide funding for conferences and events to improve the representation of women and to give them opportunities for professional development and networking. In addition, we organize workshops at major HPC conferences, which also gives an opportunity for a large group of women to go through planning, leading, and presenting at a large workshop. Details about some of the programs. The mentoring program has had 3 cohorts. Total number of mentors has been 50. Total number of mentees has been 56. Some of the mentors mentored more than one mentee at a time. There have been quite a few allies among the mentors, so not all mentors were women. The geographical spread of the program has been quite good and included the US, France, UK, Brazil, Italy, and Nigeria. 50% of the mentees were first generation to attend college and university. You can find some of the mentorship program webinars online at the WHPC website. The program has been on hold since late 2020, as we realized that many people, especially women, were overwhelmed with responsibilities at home and at work and had enough Zoom meetings already. We plan to continue the program when life becomes a bit more normal. Another aspect, thanks to the hard work of many volunteers, including some of the organizers of this workshop, WHPC has continued to have a presence at major HPC conferences, mainly virtually over the past 2 years. A workshop has also already been accepted for ISC in 2022, and we're working with a group who are interested in running a session at one of the vendor user conferences later this year. One of the most active programs is still the Chapters and Affiliates program, which is meant to enable local, regional, university, company, statewide, and even country and continent-wide groups to tailor activities and develop diversity and inclusion goals suitable to the needs of their local HPC communities. There's also the ability to share ideas and best practices between the chapters and affiliates. You can see our current chapters here, and we're working on accepting 2 more as we speak. Not surprisingly, the chapters that have found it the easiest to continue activities during the pandemic are those that were holding mostly virtual activities even before COVID. but there have been others that succeeded in moving activities temporarily online as well. Also part of the program are WHPC affiliates. Affiliates are usually large associations or consortia that do not have many direct employees or groups that are in the initial stages of creating a chapter specific to HPC. You can see the current affiliates here. If you're interested in hearing more about forming a chapter or affiliate, contact us at info@womeninhpc.org or see the information on our website, womeninhpc.org. I'm happy to get on as many calls as are needed to help brainstorm activities, define the chapter charter, fill out the application, and put people in touch with existing chapter leads to hear about their experiences. As you can see, we have chapters and affiliates in North and South America, Australia, Asia, and Europe. We hope we can expand across the globe, across all the continents, but my hopes aren't really high for an Antarctica chapter just yet. Information about WHPC can be found here on our website and social media. We encourage anyone to apply for free membership and to affiliate with any of the chapters and affiliates. And my personal comments, though, many are based on my involvement with WHPC, but some of them are definitely just my personal ones. What have we learned about diversity in HPC over the years? Some of these comments might be useful in fueling discussions at this workshop. So in no particular order, everyone has a different definition of what diversity means. Although we have kept the mission of WHPC as that of supporting women, we also recognize that most underrepresented group members run into the same issues as women do. If we can support women in HPC, we can help educate everyone about gender diversity in HPC. But we also hope this will have an impact on the understanding of the general need for diversity in HPC. Just because someone doesn't look like they're from an underrepresented group doesn't mean they aren't. Not everything is visible. So as an aside, my definition of diversity includes not just diversity of gender, race, and ethnicity, but also ability diversity, age, stage in life, socioeconomic background, educational background, sexual orientation, skill sets, disciplinary background, and these are just among others. People ask us all the time how to create a diverse group in their workplace. Many people feel like once they've created a diverse team or even just had a diverse pool of applicants, they can sit back, feel that they have been successful, and move on to the next technical challenge. In reality, those are just the first and shortest steps. Retention of a diverse team is what makes or breaks your goal for diversity. If people leave because they are not treated equitably or included, you haven't really created a diverse team. Then there's the infamous, but we can't get a diverse applicant pool, which I call a cop-out. If you aren't getting a diverse applicant pool, you haven't thought out your job posting and job description the right way. Many of you have seen guidelines for rewording your job posting, so a variety of people can see themselves in the team, but it goes beyond the wording. A well-quoted Hewlett-Packard internal report on a study showed that although not only women suffer from low self-confidence or imposter syndrome, these don't get in the way of men applying to jobs in the way they stop women. The study concluded that men apply for a job or promotion even if they meet only 60% of the required qualifications, but women apply only if they meet 100% of them. So think about not just the job requirements you posted. Are they really necessary? Can you just put a handful of required qualifications that you really need and not too many preferred requirements? And focus more on what the person's job will be. What do you want to get out of this job, not who you want to see doing it? And I'd add that at this time, there's a great opportunity for diversity just by offering people to be able to work remotely in ways that weren't possible before. If you want your community to look different, don't go to the same referral group each time. They'll continue to refer to the people they knew who are probably similar to them in many ways. You're looking for new perspectives and people with different life and career experiences. So cast a wide net and don't look under the street lamp. As an example, I am a department co-editor of an IEEE publication called Computing in Science and Engineering that has now just passed gender parity on the editorial board. Just over 20 years ago, when the publication was created, there were some really well-known members of the editorial board, but none of them were women. The gender parity was reached without sacrificing the quality of the editorial board. In fact, one might say that, like any other board, having a critical mass of women has created a more diverse and successful perspective. Also, because to get this diverse a group, the editor-in-chief, herself a woman who's a well-respected computational scientist, looked across a broad spectrum of disciplines, career paths, etc., instead of just looking under the street lamp. Pitching the need for diversity is not as easy as you would think. Many of us assume that everyone gets that it just means doing the right thing. However, not everyone thinks it is the right thing, and some see it as a zero-sum game where if someone wins, the others lose. For those people, pitching the researched financial benefits of having a diverse team may work. I've personally given up trying to figure out whether people who talk about the importance of diversity truly believe it or are just on a diversity bandwagon to benefit themselves. At some point, I've just come to the conclusion it doesn't matter what is in someone's heart as long as they walk the walk and don't just talk the talk. If they are productively enabling diversity, even if from the wrong motives, they're still enabling diversity. If you find allies, let them be engaged, even if they are from the most represented group. We still need visible role models that allow people in both the represented groups and the underrepresented groups to see that diverse, accomplished people are all around us. But having the support of allies from represented groups makes this possible in many cases. One last thing, you have to be intentional about enabling diversity and making it visible. It certainly won't happen by itself. It certainly hasn't happened up till now by itself. And with that, thank you again for inviting me to this workshop and to give a presentation. And I look forward to all the discussions. Thank you.